The street lamp cast a faint white glow into the car and illuminated the old man's eyes. He wore a brown blazer and gray slacks and held his old-fashioned pipe in his hand, even though he wasn't going to use it until they returned home.
Remember when I used to bring you here, Will?
William smiled and nodded, sitting forward in the passenger seat. Yes, it was a nice time. Jonathan glanced through the windshield. The sidewalk weaved around the lake beyond. At night, past the grassy bank, it appeared as though it was a hole in the earth, a hungry abyssal chasm that consumed all the light. It was still warm this late into winter. No snow or ice upon the water, no misty breath. A halo of light surrounded his grandfather's bald head.
I remember when we had that picnic. Your parents, you, Donna, and I. Before, you know.
It was hot and the ice cream we brought melted before we even got it out, and it ruined one of Mom's favorite blankets. The vivid memory of him sitting with his parents on the floral-patterned blanket, his grandparents looking out over the lake. Warmth spread through William's chest. Then there was... He shook his head. Still don't understand why she insisted on bringing it.
Women are peculiar, like the family book says. Females, our blessed vessels for procreation, are strange in their thoughts and ways.
If they're as weird as the book says, why do we choose them? Why not men, if we're more normal?
Women see everything, William. Everything. They see what we do not and cannot. They view the world in a way that we cannot imagine. Their eyes have the ability, the strength, to reveal what's always there, lurking behind what we believe to be real. For instance, when you believed you got away with drinking one of your father's beers outside, your mother knew the moment you walked inside what you had done.
I was grounded for 2 weeks, William sighed. He'd been taught the family book from an early age. Still, he wondered why women were specifically chosen. If they were so much better, why were men in power in almost every avenue of life? But grandfather's an overseer. He studied the book longer than I've been alive. It's not my place to question him. If it's wrong, grandfather wouldn't be doing it. Simple as that. What about...
Enough with the questions, boy,
he said.
Listen.
Footsteps on concrete ended their conversation. Jonathan sat back and peered through the driver's side window. A young woman wearing a Cherry Brook University sweater and jeans walked down the sidewalk from the city side of the park. She glanced at their parked car and picked up her pace. Her ponytail bobbed with her gait. Jonathan watched intently until she passed the car.
It's time,
he said. William unbuckled his belt and leaned over into the back seat, grabbing the duffel bag from the floor. He unzipped it and double-checked their supplies. Ski masks, sharpened hunting knife, blowtorch, tank full, lighter, the family crest. He extended the iron rod to which the crest was attached, the diamond outline, and the internal curving lines gleaming under the sodium light, and collapsed it. Oiled. 2 pairs of plastic gloves. Dart gun, 1 dart, full. Scalpel, grapefruit spoon and mason jar. William handed his grandfather the hunting knife, a pair of gloves, the dart gun, and a ski mask. He took another and put it on. Jonathan watched carefully, ensuring his grandson was thorough, like he taught him, like he meant he should be. William checked everything a 3rd time and, satisfied, zipped the bag closed. He turned to Jonathan, who already had his mask on, the knife in his right hand and the door handle in his left. The pipe was in the cup holder. William nodded. Jonathan opened the door and pulled himself out of the car. William followed quickly, his hands and face prickly and cold, legs heavy, the duffel slung over his shoulder. The woman felt the dart in her neck, then no more.